Hi guys, today I wanted to talk to you about capsules and show you how to clean one. So I just want to say that I don't work for any car seat or baby brands or anything like that. So my information is just from previously working at a baby store and it's just general knowledge. So before I get into taking the cover off, I just wanted to say a few things. So in Australia we have standards with our capsules, so you can only use them for 10 years. So to find that on the capsule, there's usually like a marking. So there's little dials on the bottom, and even though I know about the dials, I still find it personally hard to read. But there's usually like a sticker on the bottom. So I'm just going to show you as an example this one here. If we can get this to focus, that would be wonderful. I can't get the sticker to focus very well. That helped with my hand there. But above it are these dials I want you to see. So they're actually in the plastic, so they can't be wiped off. But this is the sticker as well. It says 2004 on it. So this car seat is actually out of date. I won't be using it with a baby. It is actually just for Reborns. You can still use your car seats as a play toy for the kids or whatever if they're out of date, but don't use them for real children, please. It's just a little bit too risky. So that was the first thing I wanted to note, was that there are restrictions on the amount of time that you can use them for, and 10 years is it in Australia. So look at the manufacturing date, it will tell you, and if you have trouble you can either take it into a baby store or something like that and they will read the dials for you. Another thing that you need to have on your car seat if you're using them is the Australian standard sticker. So you can see that one there. It is a white sticker with the red bit on the side, and it's got all the ticks. It's probably a little bit hard to see. I will try and get one and put it up here. The last thing about capsules that you can't use them is if they've been in an accident. If you have had a severe accident in your car and your car seat was in it, even if it wasn't used, I suggest that you do replace them. It depends. A rear end and it was just a, 50k rear end or something like that. Depends on how much damage the car went through. It could be absolutely squashed into little smithereens, or it could have like a tiny dent out of the back bar. So you use your discretion towards if you think you should replace it or not, but just keep that in mind. Especially if buying second hand, check with the owners. They're not always going to be honest with you. But I just, in general, please don't use them after 10 years. Please make sure that they've got the Australian standard sticker and the 5-point harness, because that's another thing. People bring capsules from overseas that have the 3-point harnesses, not Australian standards. And the last thing is to just check if they've been in an accident and no major wear or tear. You don't want the straps to have cuts or anything in them, especially the tether that goes around and holds it in. Okay, with that little bit of information out of the way, let's get on to cleaning this car seat. I also just want to say that I don't work for any car seat or baby brands or anything like that. So my information is just from previously working at a baby store, and it's just general knowledge, but yeah. First thing, so I need to take this car seat all apart to wash it. It is fully washable, but first what I'm going to do is, I've already taken one off, is at the back here I want to loosen the tether up so that this is nice and loose. So the tether is down here, oopsies, and it's got a button, so I'm going to press this button and release it by pulling the straps in here, and then that will release this pit at the back. And what I'm going to do is unslide this off, and then that means that both of these straps inside that hold the baby in, what it will do is release these straps that hold the baby inside. Now I'm going to get the hood off, so here I'm going to unclip this and unclip these two as well, and then do that on the other side, and then we're going to unclip these. Okay, so that's taken the hood off. I've still got these 2 harnesses that are running through the fabric, and I've also got the bottom buckle as well. So I'm going to lift this off. The tether is also running through here, so I'm going to take that out. I'm going to feed the crotch buckle through the fabric, and then I'm going to feed these harnesses through as well. So basically just unthread it, and it's pretty much almost off. I work my way up and slide that off. So that is ready to go into the wash. It has that it's machine washable, cold water only, rinse well, and don't tumble dry or dry clean it. I like to put them in the wash on a cold, gentle cycle. For this particular hood, it actually has like a join in the middle. So what I'm going to do is slide the fabric all the way to one side so I can see the join, because I don't want to break it. And then I can see how it comes undone. So I think these ones just pull apart. Yep. And then that will slide out both sides. And then the same way, again, slide this to one side. Okay, just needed some strength. Right. Same, that one can get chucked in the wash as well. So as a general, this is obviously not all capsules, so there will be just a general way of getting the capsule off, and it will usually start with releasing the tether down here with that button, pull the straps, go to the bottom, take the bottom clip off, thread the straps through, take the cover off, any little clips or anything on there. There generally aren't many clips on car seats. Just in case, just have a look around, feel if there's anything secure on there, take it off, chuck it in the wash and put it out in the sun to dry. Don't put it in the dryer. And then when it's dry, put it back on, and it is awesomely clean and you don't have an issue. With these straps, they often get moldy, so the best thing to do is wipe them over with some warm soapy water. It's suggested that you don't use any spray and wipe or anything like that, as it may damage them. I personally have used things like baby wipes and stuff like that before. I don't see a huge issue, but with the manufacturers, they do suggest soapy water, as it's not going to do as much damage. But with this bit now, I would wipe it all over. This foam can come out if you needed to, so there's 2 plugs either side which pull out, and then this foam comes out. And that's pretty much everything until I go and put it in the wash and take it off the line. I am back from washing the covers. I originally planned to film putting it in the washing machine and turning it on and then putting it on the line, and then I totally forgot, because sometimes that happens. So it smells all pretty, it's come out really good. There was a mark on this one, which is just, I think, the wear and tear of the use of the capsule. It's not going to come out, but it's not going to leave marks or anything, so yeah. Once you've wiped all of this down and you've washed this, you're ready to put it all back together. So I'm going to start with putting the seat on. So I'm literally just going to pop it on top how we started from the top. So I'm going to pull those wing pit parts over. And I'm going to put, this is kind of important now that you adjust it to your child size. So I'm going to set this up for a newborn baby. The buckle is going to go through the closest leg hole for them. So I'm going to squeeze that through if it wants to go through, which it does not. There we go. And I also need to put the straps in. So first they need to come from the base, they need to come up through them. So grab this one, I'm going to thread it on the back side of the capsule fabric, and I'm going to make sure that I bring through this little clip that clips into the buckle. So this is what I'm talking about, this one needs to come through. And then we can just continue on with the threading of this one. So let's, Actually, what I'm going to do is thread both of them through first. So let's do this one as well. This one comes through here. And put that at the front. And then I'm going to thread the tether through, which goes through this little part here. Again, all capsules are a little bit different. So if yours doesn't have a little hole for it, that's fine. It will have like a little section for it to go in. But there's the basic cover put back on. We have the straps lying at the front. We've got the buckle in the middle and then the two harness straps that are not put in properly. So the best way to make sure that the straps are lined up and not twisted, I like to face the buckles if you were going to click it in, and then get the harness the correct way. So it should go like that. So even could be handy for you to click it in to make sure you know what way it's going to go. So that's the way that I want it to sit. And then I thread this through the bottom slot because I want it for a newborn. I don't have any inserts or anything to put in right now. If you were putting an insert in, this would be the time to put it in. Another thing is manufacturers say that you shouldn't add any inserts or liners or anything to the car seats just in case of a fire. All of this fabric that is used with this car seat is tested with the car seat in crashes and stuff like that. I believe it's fire retardant as much as fabric can be fire retardant and stuff like that. So if you add like a little head support or whatever that doesn't come with the car seat, that could be risking it, but lots and lots and lots of people do it. It's just that they're not quite aware of it. So I'm going to thread that through, making sure it's the right way, making sure it's straight. So we can see that that is straight. I'm hoping you can see that. It's a little bit glary, but I do have a lot of light behind me. And often when it's like that, I think that it's not going to turn out well. And it does actually turn out well, it's just because I have the glare behind me. Okay, so same thing with this one. So we want to make the strap go that way. If it comes up like this one, see how that's twisted and it's not sitting in properly? You can pull this back through down here and twist it the right way. So this needs to come up. So down the bottom, these two gold clips either side. These are your harness, and you can get them out. There should be a gold like gated buckle either side, so one on this side of the shell and one on this side of the shell. What you basically have to do is slide them from this way and get them up and to come back through the hole. So these can be quite fun to do, especially right now I can't see them. So this inside the shell in here, this is actually a plastic piece. Okay, so what I've just done there is I've lifted this part up here, and you can see the bottom of this strap here had like a little grey bit. So what I've done is I've twisted it and I've pulled it through to under here, and then I've literally just twisted the strap, so like this. Instead of having it this way, I twisted it to this way, and now the strap sits right. So I need to just turn it back because that's the right way I need it. And then if I look up here and I get the strap in line again, so I get the buckle ready as if I were going to click it in, and it sits up like that, and then I click it in, and then both of the straps sit right. So I'm going to just quickly thread this one through so I know it's the right way, making sure that that comes right through the cover and then through the plastic pieces. Sorry, like the plastic shell it needs to go through. Now I need to put that little grey bit back through. So what I'm going to do is fiddle with this. I've just got to slide that through there, and I can feel that it's just come through. I'm just going to work it through. And this grey plastic piece is in here again. So pretty much the idea of the grey plastic piece is so that it can't come through without you actually physically doing it and moving it yourself. Okay, slip the cover back on now. We've got that all in place. We've got the harness the right way. Pop all that in. Now, we want to add these straps the right way again. So making sure we've got them all straight. I'm checking myself at the front, they're all straight. And then making sure that this is straight at the back. I have a little bit too much tether right now. So what I'm going to do is slide these on here. Oh, without the capsule falling over. Making sure they're straight. And then the harness is, oh, that one's not straight, see? And that is such an easy thing to do. I don't even know how car seats get twists in them, but once you get a twist in your car seat, it is the worst thing ever, and you have to undo it and take it out because it's the worst. Alright, so take that this way. Now I'm going to pull this tether here and tighten it up, and you will notice that it's pulling the straps tight here. If I wanted to loosen the straps, I press this button down and it will take this tether from here. And again, tighten here. Alright, so that is the basics of putting the capsule back together. I will put the hood on as well. The main part I wanted to show you was the seat part, to make sure that you get all the parts back together properly. Another really great tip is if you pull something apart and you're not entirely sure about putting it together, one, either take photos of it before you pull it apart, or look for a YouTube demo of how to put it back together before you pull it apart, or something like that. If you really are struggling, take your capsule or car seat into a professional baby store and they should be able to help you out with it, depending on what the store is and what their policies are to touching capsules. Right, there it is, all cleaned and washed.